this is Vader Reviews. We are honored that you would join us. If you followed the channel for any amount of time, you will already know that I'm a pretty big Sonic the Hedgehog fan. I used to play those games a lot when I was a youngling. So naturally, I was pretty excited when I heard about this Prologue animation of Knuckles the Echidna for the new Sonic Frontiers game. You see, kids, back before Shadow the Hedgehog, John worked his way into the Sonic universe and was the new moody emo kid on the block. Knuckles the Echidna was the edgy new exciting character when he was first introduced in 1993. I still remember the mysterious posters for Sonic and Knuckles that filled my little youngling mind with questions about just who this Knuckles the Echidna was. Once again, due to Shadow the Hedgehog's introduction as the new tough guy of the Sonic team, Knuckles has sadly taken a back seat in recent years and sort of become the doofus of the crew. So it was nice seeing him finally return to his classic roots in this short, and it honestly made me wish we could get an anime series of Knuckles in this style. I know Paramount is producing a Knuckles television show, but it will be with Idris Elba's version of Knuckles, and as much as I loved him in Sonic 2, his character felt a bit more like Drax the Destroyer than Knuckles. An odd, confused warrior who takes everything seriously and doesn't understand sarcasm. So while I'm sure that series will be great, I just wish we could get an animated series that was more faithful to the original character, like this short film. Because it harkened back to the classic Archie comic series of Sonic the Hedgehog. And while the stories were always short, the Knuckles segments were always my favorite part of the comic book. All the lore of Angel Island, the Master Emerald, and the Echidna race was interesting to me, and I would love to see it explored in animation, because they were able to achieve such mood and atmosphere in this roughly 6-minute short. It proves this creative team could make an excellent series, because the animation was beautiful, the action was great, and the character of Knuckles was absolutely perfect. And I will say, this isn't the first time I've wanted a series based off of a piece of promotional animation for a video game. Ever since I first played Star Fox 64 back in 1996, I always thought that the adventures of Fox McCloud and the Star Fox team would make an excellent show, as it would essentially be SWAT Cats meets Star Wars. And while we sadly never got a full animated series, the promotional short film for Star Fox Zero proves once again that I am always right, because it was totally wizard. But while Star Fox is pretty fly, he is not the only Nintendo character who deserves his own show. In another piece of promotional animation, this time for Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS and Wii U, the Hero of Legend proves why The Legend of Zelda should have its own anime, as Link battles with Pit in a thrilling and beautifully animated action sequence. Seeing the Kingdom of Hyrule fully explored in animation would be a real treat for longtime fans. And since the classic games have already received a manga adaptation, there is plenty of source material to pull from. I, like many other Legend of Zelda fans, have been asking for this for years. So Nintendo, hey, listen, here's hoping if the Super Mario Bros. Film is successful enough, we will finally start getting animated stories of our favorite Nintendo characters. But let's quickly loop back around to Sega and their Knuckles short film for Sonic Frontiers. Beyond the music and visual aesthetic, one of the things I really appreciated about this short film were the callbacks and Easter eggs to classic Sonic lore, as well as older video games. When we're introduced to Knuckles on Angel Island, one of the first things we're shown is one of the classic Flicky Birds from the 1984 arcade game, which were also used again 12 years later in Sonic 3D Blast in 1996. And you can call it nostalgia, or just call me an old softie, but I loved seeing the chows once again. And while it's probably just wishful thinking, I certainly hope we see these little guys in Sonic Frontiers, because one thing I've missed from Sonic games is spending time in the Chow Garden. In the end, from the beautiful animation and economic storytelling and world building, to the stunning action sequence at the end, I enjoyed every minute of this animated short, and I only wish we had more. So Sega, if you're listening, give us a Knuckles anime. The fans would love it. This has been Vader Reviews. If you're new to the channel, join the Empire today by subscribing. And donate to our PayPal so we can continue to bring you weekly videos. Until next time, may the Force be with you, and always remember, you don't know the power of the dark side.